So just the basis, you guys know I love to trade with the trend. So when we actually had price here, this was obviously going up, and then we broke it. You guys know I don't trade Mondays. I don't usually on my personal accounts. Challenge accounts, everything like that, that's usually fine. But I didn't trade yesterday. It was a bank holiday in the UK and I just didn't trade. Simple as that. So we could have got in again on this area here, because what happened? Price broke and then retested back in. But I probably would have looked to enter, you know, slightly higher. So maybe I probably wouldn't have actually entered on this area here, but it would have been my entry idea because we had the structure. Price then broke below, body closed below, and then we tested back in to the previous structure to then go down to, you know, the next drop. People often, you know, shame support and resistance, stuff like that, but if you look at the markets, then you'll see that it works. And if you combine it with other like entry criteria, not just entering on a retest of a resistance zone or a support zone, if you add certain entry criteria, directional bias, everything like that, you can get very, very good entries, very, very good trades. So as you see, we continued down. So once we switched, it was like this. Then we came down to create this low. You could count these lows, but it's kind of late in the day and I don't really count them. But once we actually had this, you know, this Tokyo low, that's when we actually looked for price in London session to break that low. If you guys are in a mentorship, you'll know that I love to see price break after 8 AM UK time. So once we actually had this push down here, this gave me extra confidence that the trade was actually going to play out. So we obviously had this big push up, and you could say that, you know, this just filled imbalance or whatever and then dropped back down. We didn't break this high. Obviously it was close with the wick, but the body was nowhere near. So this is, again, it's good for us if we are looking for short positions. Price dropped down, broke the previous low coming into this area, and then we retested up into the area. So a lot of people make the mistake. So if I just quickly draw it out for you guys, you'll see price consolidating like this. It will break and they'll look to get in on a retest of this area. So they'll have their trade lined up here, and they'll go for really tight stop losses because they're like, okay, if it breaks above this level here where we're actually retesting in, then it's going to stop me out and I'm not going to be looking to get into the trade. Then they'll target way below. But a lot of times what you'll see is happen is price will retest into the consolidation and then drop. So I never enter exactly on the retest. I always wait for price to, obviously there's reasons behind this and there's ways to get into the entry. It's not just randomly in the consolidation, but you can enter like this and wait for price to come in. It might consolidate around here, but you'll usually get price come back up and then drop. And that's how I usually trade. You know, if you go mark up my previous trades, you'll probably see that sort of thing happen. So as you see, we had the consolidation area here. Again, you could have got the entry up here because again, this is the consolidation. Price then breaks, comes back up, becomes into the consolidation, then drops. Price then consolidates here, breaks, comes into the consolidation, and then hopefully we get a nice drop down to the downside. That is the plan. Anyway, obviously it would be nice if this trade did end up hitting the take profit. It would be very, very nice. So if we just look now, we're up around $3,000, which is very, very nice.